everyone. Okay, today I'm actually gonna take you into Disneyland and show you which order to ride the ride so you never have to wait in line. I think that's one of the biggest complaints that people have, but if you follow my tips and follow me here on this video, you guys will never have to wait in line because our family never does and rarely has to stand in a line longer than 10 minutes. So let's get started and I'll take you through Disneyland. This is what lines look like. If you get here early in the morning, there's barely anyone in line and you can head back to the rope drop, and it is a really smart idea to get here early on the weekends. The park opens as early as 7 a.m. so we are here at 6:30. This is what the insanity looks like. This is all the people that are in front of us. So we're gonna walk straight on Peter Pan, the rest of the Fantasyland rides first. We definitely beat the line that's coming. Gotta walk fast. So the Peter Pan line, I've seen get over 60 minutes long throughout the day, so that's why we go to Peter Pan first. Not because the ride is spectacular, but just because it's the best time of the day to go on it if your kids do want to go on the ride. So first ride is always Peter Pan. Come on, everybody, here we go! Next, we're headed over to Dumbo. It's our second ride because it's the second busiest ride in Fantasyland. And as you can see, that line is super short. There is rarely a line for Pinocchio's Daring Journey, so don't worry about that in the morning. You can hit it later in the day and not have to wait in line. For Snow White's Scary Adventures, I don't think I've ever seen a line in the last 5 years. It's a pretty scary ride for most little kids, so you don't need to wait in this line either. You can come back later if you really want to go on this ride. The Carousel Ride is one of my kids' favorites, but it's not something you have to do first thing in the morning, as the lines typically don't get very long. You come pretty much any time during the day or towards closing, and you can get on this any other time. If your family likes the Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, you can do this right after Dumbo. If not, you can head over to the Teacups. Alright, this storybook ride, we don't typically ride on a regular basis, but the line does get long, so you can do this one anytime between the Teacups, Alice in Wonderland, or Dumbo. You can pick and choose depending on what the rides are looking like or what the lines are looking like. So next we do the Tea Party Teacups, which as you can see the line is empty. We're still ahead of the crowd, so after that we will head over to Alice in Wonderland where the line is super short as well.
Oh, look at the white rabbit. Wow. See for yourself.
Okay, you'll see that we are passing the Matterhorn. We're not riding it right now. That's because we want to get over to Space Mountain before that line gets too crazy long. And Star Tours before they open up the park to everybody else. Here at Space Mountain, you'll notice that the wait time is only 10 minutes, which basically means you're walking on this ride because the wait times don't go lower than 10 minutes. So we're on track and we're ahead of the huge group of people behind us. Next, you're gonna wanna head over to Star Tours. If it's close enough to when the park officially opens, then you can get a Fast Pass. That's what we're waiting for, so we don't have to wait 20 minutes. As soon as Fast Pass goes live in 5 minutes, then we'll get a Fast Pass. And in the meantime, we're gonna go over on the Astro Blasters over there. For some reason, this ride gets so long during the day and it never shortens. So you're gonna wanna ride this before you leave Tomorrowland. So this is everyone coming into the park right at 8 o'clock. An hour after us, it is insane and everyone's going to Space Mountain, so we got that done. Now that we just got all of our Fast Passes, we're not gonna use them right now. We're gonna head over to Indiana Jones because most people won't go there right when they get to the park. And we shouldn't have to wait very long, so let's cross our fingers. So we made it in time. It says the line is only 10 minutes long. So this line I think is a little deceptive, so we're gonna go check it out. So since my little kids aren't tall enough to ride Indiana Jones, we do the rider swap. So that way you only have to wait in line one time, and then the second time you basically get like a free Fast Pass to go in with the second group of your party who's not watching the kids the second time around. So at this point you have a few options. You guys can go over to the Haunted Mansion, which is what I would recommend since there's no Fast Pass over there. And then you also have Pirates of the Caribbean, and you also have Thunder Mountain Railroad. Thunder Mountain Railroad does have a Fast Pass, so you can kind of decide which rides to ride next depending on what the rides look like. Splash Mountain's closed right now, so basically those are the 3 major rides that you have left and you're done. So kind of play it by ear and see how the crowds are and how quickly you got into the park. But that kind of gives you an idea of what to ride and what the main rides are to ride. And then any of the small rides that you didn't get to, you can go back to and fill in now, because everyone is still on the major rides and they're not going to those smaller rides. So you still should have really short, if not totally no lines on any of those rides. Okay, so it's about 10 a.m. and we're done with all the major rides. And now we're just going back to do all the smaller rides like the carousel, some of the other rides that don't have really long lines ever, and eating some yummy food and doing some character hunting. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that we are here during UEA fall break, which is one of the busiest times here at the park. So if we're able to walk on all of these rides and do all of these rides just as I've showed you, you guys can do these anytime you come to Disneyland, and they will totally work for you too. Of DCA. Here we go, showing you what order to ride the rides today in this park. So we're at the front of the line with the rope drop, and you'll start to see everyone's coming behind us. Okay, the rope's been dropped, and now we're walking to the Cars ride. Exercise of the century. You're doing good, guys. You're doing good. Now we're docking down Cars Land, and remember, stay on the right side, especially if they have a pacer rope. You're gonna be winded, guys. You're gonna be winded. You're gonna feel the burn. That's okay. Keep going. Remember what your prize is. Front of the line.
Am I tall enough?
You are totally tall enough.
Yay! Last time I wasn't tall enough.
Yeah, but you are now. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Rockwell, are you ready? Typically skip the Luigi tire ride because it's pretty stupid. It doesn't work, so we're going to the Junkyard Jamboree, and this is so much fun even for adults. Alright, now that we are done with all the Cars Land stuff, we're heading over to the Toy Story ride. Unlike Disney World has a Fast Pass for Toy Story, or Midway Mania, whatever you want to call it. They do not have a Fast Pass here, so we're going to that first, and then we'll go to things like Tower of Terror or the Screamin' Roller Coaster or other things that do have Fast Passes. So depending on the day and how busy the crowds are, we can still get on all the rides we want without waiting in line for very long. So now we're gonna hurry and we're gonna go on Toy Story because the line is super short and you know you don't like waiting an hour for that ride. So while those who are tall enough can go on the California Screamin' ride, I am taking the kids on the carousel, which they are super excited about. So it's a good way to get everyone in your family on the rides quickly. So right now we are passing the Little Mermaid Adventure ride because, well, you can walk on that ride any time of the day. And we are heading over to Tower of Terror. So now we're at Tower of Terror. If you guys didn't hear the news, they're actually revamping it, turning it into a Guardians of the Galaxy ride. So this ride is super popular. It's already a 30-minute wait, and it's like the park is just barely open. So we're getting fast passes for this. While we wait in line for this, we can ride it more than once. And it's definitely one that you're going to want to make sure you get fast passes for if you want to do again. You can already see all the construction going on the outside of the building. This is the hot mess of a line for Tower of Terror right now. It weaves back and forth. It's crazy. Wait time is over an hour and a half long. So yeah, definitely one you're gonna want to make sure you get your first four or go in the order that I told you. Alright, so now we are heading over to Sauron. This is one where family's probably gonna fast pass because the line at this point is probably pretty long. So we're gonna fast pass that, and then of course there's a lot of other fun new things like Anna and Elsa's new show, Broadway style show that they have, which you're gonna wanna make sure you get there early for with the times and wait times of when the show airs, and a few of the other rides that might have a little bit of a long line, but I'll let you guys decide what works best for your family. But we've gone over all of the big ones and the big ones that get really long lines. So I hope that helped you guys and you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to give the video a like. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.